While Nigerians are still asking what fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context, and where fuel subsidy and other subsidies being claimed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are going. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying that Nigerians must pay 15% import duty on fuel, meaning petrol and diesel. Fuel subsidy. What does it mean in Nigerian context? And where is fuel subsidy and other subsidies are going? As President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is paying workers less than living wage and sinking Nigeria in worse debts than his predecessors that never claimed fuel subsidy is gone and all other subsidies are gone. So, where do Nigerians go from here? And is it not now obvious for anybody of clear conscience who craves to know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is down to earth, heartless, no human feeling whatsoever, except for himself, his family members, and his political allies, within and without the government. So, this man, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has nothing for Nigeria other than to loot Nigeria beyond his predecessors. The very first day he took power, no dialogue, no nothing. Fuel subsidy is gone, like a military dictator. Yeah, because he could see the Dangote refinery around the corner, by which fuel will no longer be imported and fuel subsidy will no longer be claimed. So he said, okay, fuel subsidy is gone, so the price must go up, preparing the ground for Dangote refinery, so that Nigerians will not be saying, but we now refine oil in our own soil, why should the price not go down? So he preempted that with fuel price is gone. And worse still, other subsidies are gone. Electricity subsidy is gone, education subsidy is gone. And now, because of unlimited greediness, Tinubu is saying, what else? How else can we exploit this oil to our own benefit rather than for the benefit of Nigerians? Okay, let them be paying 15% import duty on fuel, because meanwhile the Dangote refinery has been positioned not to be the sole supplier of fuel in Nigeria, even though it's able to provide more than Nigeria needs in fuel, in refined fuel, in refined oil. So it's now clear why Dangote refinery and local refineries in general have been frustrated, because Nigeria rulers have been enriching themselves through fuel subsidy claim in a nation living on oil wealth. And now we have a heartless ruler claiming fuel subsidy is gone and all other subsidies are gone, yet sinking Nigeria in worse debts than ever. Shame on you, those of you justifying fuel subsidy removal. Shame on all of you. Now, in the last count, I saw a video where the current emir of Kano, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, is saying that, or let me say, why still justifying fuel subsidy removal, wondering why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should still be sinking Nigeria in debts despite removing fuel subsidy. Meanwhile, he himself, a former governor of Nigeria Central Bank, like Professor Charles Soludo, another former governor of Nigeria Central Bank, justifying fuel subsidy removal, have not told us what fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context. And what does it mean other than corruption? However you look at it, fuel subsidy has no meaning in Nigerian context other than corruption. And I challenge Emir Sanusi Lamido Sanusi and Professor Charles Soludo, the current governor of Anambra State, to come out and explain to Nigeria how, well, firstly, what fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context, and where the rulers are getting money to subsidize fuel for Nigeria. So, clear conscience is non-existent. Honesty of purpose is not there. While other countries with oil are developing their countries on the basis of oil, are making their citizens to enjoy infrastructure in terms of roads, electricity, pipe-borne water, and all of that necessary for industrialization. Here are our Nigeria's rulers claiming to be subsidizing fuel and being justified by highly placed personalities like the Emir of Kano and the governor of Anambra, the current governor of Anambra State. People of that caliber justifying fuel subsidy removal. Forget about what he's doing with the money and why he's sinking Nigeria in debts despite removing fuel. Before you go to that, first of all, tell us, what does fuel subsidy mean in Nigerian context? Whence are Nigerian rulers getting subsidy for fuel for the citizens? Yeah, I mean, it's good at least that you are saying, okay, but after removing fuel subsidy, why are you still sinking Nigeria in debts? But that is climbing the tree from the top. The starting point is to tell us what fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context. What fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context. First of all, tell us that. Otherwise, you are covering up the corruption of the rulers. That's what you are doing. So this issue of now asking, why are you thinking? No. You know, everything is rooted in corruption. The claim of subsidizing fuel is rooted in corruption. And now we have the most corrupt ever. Fuel subsidy is gone. All other subsidies are gone. Yet, not satisfied, Nigerians must be paying 15% import duty on fuel after frustrating local refineries, including Dangote refinery, which is that the root of fuel subsidy is gone. Yes, it was anticipated that when Dangote refinery comes on stream, Nigerians will be wondering why fuel price should not be at it should not be as cheap as it can be when the refinery comes on stream. So to forestall that, President Tinubu came up with fuel subsidy is gone, and you are justifying it. You should repent. Let me put it that way. Just repent. Otherwise, tell us what fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context, other than corruption. A nation living on oil wealth, claiming to be subsidizing fuel for Nigerians, and you are justifying that. Overlooking the fact that they collect subsidy on fuel not imported, inflate the quantity imported to claim subsidy on it. But even fundamentally, what does fuel subsidy mean in Nigerian context? You have not answered that. But here is the man, heartless, epitome of corruption, an insatiable, corrupt person. You know, that is the person we have before us. And so, for those trooping into his political party, the All Progressives Congress, it indicates that they have the same instinct as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the same corruption instinct like him. But for you, common people, being subjected to worsening mass abject poverty, are you going to support him for the election in 2027? Because this is first term, not yet this second term, final term. And you know what you suffered during the second term of Muhammadu Buhari, who added S-men terrorism to the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, doubled himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister, yet the economy was kept declining. And now his successor, who vowed to tow his footpaths, also doubles himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister, and yet fuel price keeps going up. Right now in Ilorin, petrol price is 925 naira per litre. 925 naira per litre. More than 4 times what it was under Muhammadu Buhari. And is not yet satisfied, saying that 15% import duty must be paid on fuel, having successfully frustrated local refineries so that fuel importation can continue and corruption can continue. You know, fuel subsidy is gone. Nigerians are crying of the escalated price. Without attending to that, now they must be paying 15% on fuel importation or on fuel imported, because fuel must be imported, having frustrated local refineries for that purpose. All of this we are saying to open our eyes to the bundle of corruption claiming to be the president of, the president of Nigeria. There's nothing we can do about that. But 2027 is coming. And don't sit in defense. Don't sit on defense. Get your PVC ready. And ensure that you're by mobilizing behind a person. And the international community can see that Nigerians are done with the so-called All Progressives Congress and its old greedy presidents, Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even the international community will come to our rescue. But we must be united and say enough is enough. As in 2015, when the All Progressives Congress tricked Nigerians with, we'll be selling petrol at 50 naira per liter, 50 naira. It never happened. They removed 10 naira from the prevailing price. And after that, they increased to more than double the prevailing price. And now, the price is exorbitant, beyond the reach of Nigeria, of too many Nigerians who can no longer use their personal car. And the president said, no, that's not, we can still do more. Let them be paying 15% import duty. Oh my God. But it's not for him, it's for you. They did it in Cameroon, of course. And some of the commentators, Cameroonian commentators, say they were amazed by the graveyard silence after the rigging for Paul Biya, ruling Cameroon since he was 49 in 1982 to now that is 92 in 2025. So, and I said in another video that Tinubu and Biya are identical in character, in disposition. That is justice. And both of them go overseas for medical checkup and for relaxation, just like Muhammadu Buhari. So, but the issue is not to continue to lament, but to get ourselves ready, common people, including workers, getting less than living wage. Well, forget that you have to go on strike, including the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, including our medical personnel, National Association of Resident Doctors, National Association of Nurses and Midwives. You know? So, please, Nigerians, don't take politics lightly. It determines your life and the life of your children and the future of your country. Because this man now, with all this corruption, still sinking Nigeria in worse debts than his predecessors. How do you justify that? And if you keep quiet, what is ailing you in your body will just be happy that you are not attending to it, so that it can continue to hail you and plague you. It's just as simple as that. You know, dead silence after the rigging in Cameroon and Nigeria. Of course, we are under the same situation of religious politics. Yeah, because too many Nigerians have been blinded by Islam and Christianity. And you continue to take your children to Sunday school and Quranic school. Sorry for you and your children's children.